7 and 15.
I got it.
When we switch up, y'all gonna read it.
Yeah, you can go half, half, and half. 30, 30, 30 around.
Go with one at a time. So, what's in this bag right now? So what? Alright, are we live?
Kyle, we on.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
We are the Hebrew Israelites coming at you week in, week out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, aka America. But first and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. Peace and salutations unto the elect of the nation of Israel. So, grab that Matthew.
This is the book of Matthew 7 and 15. Matthew 7 and 15, and it reads, "Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves."
That's exactly what's happening. You got to beware of these false prophets with these wayward doctrines. If it isn't of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua speaking of prophecy, speaking of truth, giving you his name and his father's name, you need to beware of these false prophets in these days. Because what's about to happen upon the face of the earth has never been done, ever. So you have to be aware of what to look for. And the only way to actually be aware of what to look for is, one, take heed to the prophets of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua who come out of the scriptures, not out of their own mind. We come out of the scriptures. You know, we filter things through the scriptures, news, information, questions, through the scriptures. A false prophet will not do that because they haven't been given that spirit to do so. And you need to be aware of these things.
Quick precept.
Come.
This is Isaiah 8 and 20. This is Isaiah 8 and 20. Here we go. And it reads, "To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them."
You see that, man. Hey, if you're not bringing out the things that are told in the scriptures, going on, you know, because they're trying to rock you back to sleep. You know, they want unity. They want to wake up their people. You know, that's not what this thing's about. Hey, this thing's about the Lord's elect. You know, being sealed. You know, so we can get the hell up out of here. You know?
Yeah. I'll get one more. Verse 21 says, "And they shall pass through it, hardly be stead and hungry, and it shall come to pass that when they shall be hungry, they shall fret themselves and curse their king and their power and look upward." You know, because, you know, like you said, you know, they want their congregation to wake up their people as a whole instead of doing what the scriptures tell you to do. So when they look for salvation and can't find it, they're going to be looking around and looking up like, hold on, what's going on? I'm an Israelite. I call on the name of the Lord. Why am I not obtaining salvation? Because you're not following the correct doctrine. You're telling everybody just to get for Israel to rise up and show love to the brother, but you're not telling them what the signs to look for. You're not telling them about the MOTV. You're not telling them the correct doctrine of the scriptures. You're not going into the words. You know, you're telling some camps out here telling you to not hate an Edomite. You know, but you're not going into the correct doctrine. When you go into that scripture, don't abhor Edomite. When you go into the Edom of it, when you go into the Strongs, that's a clerical error. It's really don't abhor a Syrian. You know,
The Hebrew word is a
rum. The water.
Yeah, right. You know, because what the brother's speaking on is correct. You are the camps, or you are the so-called, you're the so-called preachers, aren't giving the people the proper information to make it through the time that's coming. Right. And their blood is going to be upon your hands. Because how else is a person going to know how to maneuver through these times unless they were told by the prophet?
Revelation chapter 19 and verse 10, and it reads, "And I fell at his feet to worship him. He said unto me, See thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. Worship Yahweh, for the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy."
So if any other camp is not giving you prophetic information, and that word prophecy means to say before, if they are not giving you information that will have you thinking of things that are to come, they are false prophets. They do not have the spirit of Yahweh Shai upon them.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Because
we supposed to be watchmen. Watchmen for what? For the elect, right? Because this ain't all about the whole Israel as a whole. Because the scriptures tell you 2/3 of our people are going to be cut off and die. So we got to worry about the elect. So when you out there telling it, when your flock is questioning, saying, "Hey, my job wants me to take this," like the elder in South Carolina said, his code word is squid game. He said, "Yeah, when you tell the flock it's okay to take the squid game, so you can keep your job, and then you take it, and now you see that people are falling out from taking the squid game, and we know what the squid game is for the ones that's in the know, and you're not teaching the flock correctly, You're not prophesying. You're just talking. You're running your mouth, and there's no substance behind it.
Exactly. This kingdom is falling at a rate that the people just really don't understand what's going on. But Babylon the Great is in a constant free fall that it will not return from. And these people have got to be given, or the elect has got to be given the information beforehand so that they would know what to do and how to maneuver. Can you bring up that?
2 Peter 2:1?
Go.
This 2 Peter 2:1, it says, but there were false prophets also among the people.
False prophets amongst the people. You got people out there that's telling people, or you got people out there, that's giving false information, albeit they're part of that 501 whatever plan, or
501c3.
Yeah, that 501c3 plan, or just flat out took the bag. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, bro.
It says, even as there should be false teachers among you.
And you also got false teachers along with these false prophets. Because you got to keep the game going. They have to keep that masquerade going. But the more things that happen in the world, and the more people see that GMS was right all the time, starts to raise questions in the congregation's mind. Because a few years ago, the big joke amongst a certain group was, it's June. But now here it is in your face. June passed and it's still in your face.
They tell you in the world, they say it's better to tell the truth than to tell a lie, because you got to keep up with that lie. Now you're seeing them double back.
Yeah.
And things that they once said, they trying to twist and turn it like, oh, I didn't mean it that way, so on and so forth. And now you see them, and you see those idle words being brought, and you saying, a judgment comes along with that,
Yeah, keep reading.
Yep, it says, who privately shall bring in damnable heresies.
They go behind closed doors and bring in damnable heresies against Yahweh Shai. These things are damnable. The congregation's blood is on your hands. But the thing is, you don't fear the Lord enough to know that there's a recompense for that.
Yeah, real quick. I know the brother got something, but you out here. First of all, you out here telling your flock that the Lord's name is something else. Yeah. You going off right there. When we come out of this world, we come back to, it says take off that old man and become anew. And we have the understanding of what the Lord's name is, but you're still calling on what the world calls that name. Mm-hmm. And you're teaching that flock that. Mm-hmm. And you're telling people you can call the Lord whatever you want to call him, or the Heavenly Father, whatever you want to call him. But when dire times come on you yourself, then you want to go back to the name that you know. Because you were teaching that name at one point. I ain't saying no names. People know.
Right.
These are false prophets, man. You know? You can't. This is not coming from a sincere place. If you know the true name of the Lord, but you telling your congregation the name is this. Come on, man. That's not sincere.
When the Lord collected his answer, he was about to drop. You know, he was calling on the right name.
Right.
You know? But hey, and now you want to go back because you got to, like I was saying, you got to keep up with that lie. You told your congregation so many lies, and you can't put any truth in there without them being like, oh, well, that's what, hey, the guys at GMS been teaching, you know?
You can't even call them prophets because they're not seen before.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not warning their congregation about what's to come. You got any more on that?
Yeah, I got a quick one though, if I may. Hey, this is 2nd Ezra 9:1, and he said, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the sign pass, and that's what you were saying. These are things that were spoken about before. The Lord wrote this blueprint out, and it's been taught since the garden, It says, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it's the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the earth which he made. And they it's a lot. Yeah, you got it.
It's amazing. It's in the scriptures. You can start at Matthew, chapter 24. You can go to 2nd Ezra. Pick a chapter. You know what I'm saying? It's in Jeremiah. It's in Isaiah. It's in Revelation. It's all through the scriptures. Can you read that again?
Yep.
From the show?
From the top. 2nd Ezra 9:1. It said, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently.
We measure the time diligently through the scriptures and what's going on in the earth. We do a diligent search ourselves. Go ahead, bro.
It says, and when thou seest part of the signs past,
None of
which I have told thee before.
How did the Lord tell us before? Through the scriptures. He's told us with older prophets of old. Pick one. There's something in the scriptures where an older prophet prophesied of something that's happening this day that will happen during this time. But you Jakes don't listen.
Yeah, because look, a lot of these camps, they can't tell the truth because if they tell the truth to their congregation, then that cuts into their pockets, their bottom line. Because if you teach your flock, your congregation sincerity to get right and not worry about putting money to the side, putting money up for this church, physical church or whatever, that takes away from his bottom line. Because then Jake will be really getting right, gearing up, putting food to the side, canned goods or whatever, building your faith up more than anything. Because at the end of the day, we're not going to make this without your house shop. We're not going to make this without that. So what the scriptures say, store up your treasures in heaven where moth and rust do not corrupt. But a lot of these false prophets want to store the riches on E's kingdom, on E's heaven. So that, like us, at the end of the day, it cuts into their bottom line. And their bottom line is living it up on this side, having heavy shekels on this side,
Yeah.
They want to look, come on, man, look how they looking. They worried about how they look on this side. They worried about looking luxurious on this side. When the scriptures say, hey, we ain't shit, at any given time, it's a fearful thing to fall in the hands of the living power, right? So we should be building up our faith instead of our physical on this side.
Yeah. You got it, bro.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 34 and verse 4. It says, of an unclean thing, what can be cleansed? And from that thing which is false, what truth can come? So going back to what the brother was bringing out, man, this damn false prophet, he's built up for lies, man. So what truth can come out of those lies that he's pushing to the congregation of Israel? Nothing, man. Because he's full of deceit and trickery, man. Ye are your father, the devil, man. and the things that ye do are of him, roughly paraphrasing, man. You know, and then I got another one. This is 1 John chapter 4, verse 1. It said, Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of Yahweh, because many false prophets are gone out into the world. And how do you try the spirits, man? You look and see what this brother is going into. Is the things that he's saying, is it matching up with the scriptures and prophecy, man? You know, is he going on his own understanding, or is he going through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai? Because what did the scripture say? There's no private interpretation of prophecy, man. You know, so if that brother is diligent, you know, and speaking truth and has the light in him, hey, then he's not a false prophet, man. You know.
Yeah,
Continuing on, it says, verse 2, hereby know ye that the spirit of Yahweh, every spirit that confesseth that Yahweh Shah Hamashiach is coming in the flesh is of Yahweh. And every spirit that confesseth not that Yahweh Shah Hamashiach is coming in the flesh is not of Yahweh. And this is that spirit of Antichrist, whereof ye have heard that it should come, and even now already is it in the world, man. You know, so they're coming in the spirit of anti-Messiah, man. You know, they rather, you know, push smooth things, lies, man, instead of the deep dark sayings and the hard truth, man. You know, because they know that they will lose their congregation, man.
You got that, Zabak?
Yeah.
This is Jeremiah 48:10. It says, "Cursed be he that doeth the work of Yahweh deceitfully, and cursed be he that keepeth back his sword from blood." Okay. You know, just in turn, putting cursed on anything, you know, coming from the Most High, that's enough to put a wise man in trembling, you know, in fear of the Most High. But these, you know, false prophets and so forth, with their 501c3, they able to get the money from Esau and, you know, neglect the body per se. So with doing so, the Most High, you know, for them not putting they sword to, you know, to the blood, standing for the truth, you know, speaking the gospel, defending the gospel, they're gonna be persecuted. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna bring judgment. Well, the Most High is gonna bring judgment. And I got another precept. It's in Ezekiel 33:6. It says, "But if the watchmen see the sword come and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity. But his blood will I require at the watchman's hands." So if it's your job that the Most High brought you into the truth to be a prophet and sound the alarm, and you do otherwise, then hey, you're gonna receive the judgment of the wicked, and you're gonna see the judgment of 2/3. Picture this: you're a watchman in a tower. The tower is normally higher than the average land, and it's also high enough, you know, to see out a ways. So that way you can see the danger before it even gets to you. That is the job of the prophets that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai have put in place to warn you people about. You know?
That's why I bring out Isaiah 58:1 so much. Because that's our job, you know? Like you said, we're the watchmen. We have to use our voice as instruments. You know, it says, lift up your voice like a trumpet and show my people their transgression. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to show our people the transgression, and also, like the brother said, prophesy what's to come. You know? Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? We ain't supposed to sugarcoat this. You know? Yeah, it says spare not. Meaning spare not your feelings. We ain't worried about telling y'all smooth things. We're gonna tell you what's to come, the hard, true facts. You know?
Yep, got it. You got that, brother?
Yeah, this is Sirach 5:15. It says, "Be not ignorant of anything in great matter or small."
Be not ignorant in great matter or small. Most of you people are ignorant because you do not open up the book of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and read. Instead, you are taught the precepts of men by false prophets. You are taught that there's a hell doctrine that's in play. You are taught that Edomites can make it. You are taught that there won't be a famine, there won't be an MOTV, there won't be a civil war, there won't be a world war, there won't be an economical collapse. We need property somewhere so we can build up a foundation in the kingdom that's falling. You're ignorant. And
Scripture says willingly ignorant.
yeah, come. You people are just ignorant. And in your ignorance, it shall cost you your soul. The Lord ain't playing with you people. Woe is me if I do not do this work. I don't care if you hear me or not. We're out here and we're doing the work that Yahweh Shem Yahushua told us to do. What the Lord say? Speaking to the wind. Yeah, come on, prophesying to the wind. Keyword on prophesy. We are to tell you people what is coming to Babylon the Great in the world and to your soul.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. You know,
Bring it out.
in the book of Ezekiel. You got it out?
No, I brought
Okay,
it.
I can
You got it.
yeah,
This ain't no joke, but you people take it as a joke. You look at us and you scoff and you laugh and you mock at us as if we're not telling you the truth, when all we've ever done was told you the truth. Have I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? Obviously so, because you love the wickedness of this wicked kingdom so great that the truth don't even faze you.
Yeah, that's 1 John 2:15. You know, they love the world. You know, and the script and the Heavenly Father said, any man that loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. And of course, you know, us up here being sincere, we have love of the Father because we're doing the work that He told us to do. You know, and one big thing we do, being that we are in this chains of darkness, we do sin, but what? We don't willingly sin, and when we do sin, what? We repent. You know, and a lot of our people will not repent. Hey, so hey,
Yeah, come.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 2, and I started verse 6. It says, "And thou, son of man, be not afraid of them, neither be afraid of their words, though briars and thorns be with thee, thou doest dwell among scorpions. Be not afraid of their words, nor be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. And thou shalt speak my words unto them, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are most rebellious. But thou, son of man, hear what I say unto thee. Be not thou rebellious like that rebellious house. Open thy mouth and eat that I give thee." So basically going into that, man, the Lord, you know, sent us unto a rebellious house, man. And what does the scripture say about rebellious? It's just like as a witchcraft, man. You know, these people, the nation of Israel, is hard-headed, stiff-necked people, man. But the Lord wants us to go out and speak to them anyway, man, whether they will hear or forbear. So whether they get this knowledge or not, there's no excuse saying that they did not hear it, man. Because what did the scripture say? Have they not heard? You know, sure they have heard, because the gospel has been preached throughout the four corners of the planet Earth, man. You know, so we're giving you the correct doctrine, breaking down the scripture through the spirit power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, so you can be prepared for the day of judgment, man, and the greater evils that's to come. You know, I got one more Bible shot if I may.
Sure, bro.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 8. It says, "For if the trumpet give an uncertain sound, who shall prepare himself to the battle," man? You know, so we got to give that correct sound, man. You know, we got to blow the trumpet and give warning to the people, man, because we don't give them the correct warning. Let's say, for instance, you know, we give them a warning about the weather, whatever the case may be, right? And they don't, you know, prepare for the weather. What's going to happen to them, man? You know, get rain on them, get sick, cold, those things in nature, man.
Like catching pneumonia.
Yeah. But if we tell them, hey, wear this proper gear, we're going to battle, then they know, I need to put on this particular weatherman gear so I can be prepared in that day, man.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to wear flip-flops to a battle. You know what I'm saying? You want to constantly stay prepared in the scripture.
And if they choose not to put on boots and wear flip-flops, hey, that's on them, though, because we did our job. You know, our blood is off of them. But yeah, we did what we were supposed to do. You know, if you want to be ignorant of what we telling you, then that's on you.
That's like when you tell your son, don't touch the oven, you know, because it's hot. And then he touched the damn oven and burned himself, man. You know, how can that be your fault? You told him not to test heaven, but now he had to learn the hard way.
Would you pity a trauma that's been bitten by a snake?
You know?
Right.
That's it.
No.
Same thing with these people that took the job, man. Told them not to take the job. And what happened, man? You know, now you got people that's dropping dead, dying, catching all different types of sicknesses. You know? So, hey, man, these people gonna pay, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Con. Can you bring out that Sirach 5 and 15 one more time, Brother Shah?
This Sirach 5 and 15, it says, be not ignorant of anything in great matter or a small.
Great matter or small. And that's what these false prophets feed on. The fact that they can tell you some small shit and escalate it to have you think it's some big shit. And now here it is, you done changed up your whole lifestyle.
Stream from the main page on your phone.
Yeah, go ahead, because I'm not getting no signal.
I'm probably have to end it.
So you can use my phone.
How long was that?
26 minutes.
That's what Bible says. It's the stream.